Hello, welcome. In this video, we will talk about social networking. So this weekend, I watched a video from David Burkus. He is a best-selling author. His latest book is called "Friend of a Friend." He talked about in that book how you can build your social networking. He's an associate professor. His TED Talks received over 1.8 million views, and he's also a keynote speaker to some of the leaders of Fortune 500. Some of the key points that I have learned from his speech is that when you're looking at social networking, people can be divided into two groups. Quintessential networker are the people who have that outgoing personality. They are extrovert. They have that they are influencers. It is easy for them to make networking with people and win friends. They are that kind of a people who have the elevated pitch. Um, and another group of people, the other side of the equation, is that rich networker are the people who are introvert. They don't like to go out and do networking. They don't have that outgoing personality. Even if they make a conscious decision to go to that social networking event, they go to the corner of the room, they are quiet, observing what's happening. They don't always interact with strangers and new people. They have that inward turning, which means that they always associate themselves with their internal feeling and thought processes rather than talking to other people and getting their perspectives. Second point that he discussed was social capital, which was something new to me. Social capital is the idea of finding the relationship among people who live in a certain area or people who work in a particular industry to help them function properly. And the people and the executives who train in social capital are more likely to get promotions and they have a more fulfilling career. Even companies who are rich in social capital dramatically outperform their competitors. So it's an important concept. And the other thing that he talked about was that we know that we need social networking, but we sometimes find difficult to make networking. So how do you reconcile between these two? You have the need, but it is difficult for us. And research has shown that establishing useful networking is challenging. It's not easy because you feel that awkward moment when you are passing your business cards to strangers. So how do you overcome that? How do you overcome that not being an awkward, but also, building networking because you need it? Um, he came up with an idea. He's proposed a paradigm shifty approach, which means that we need to redefine the way we do networking. Networking is not only talking to strangers, but he proposed rather using dormant ties, what sociologists call dormant ties. Dormant ties is a person that you know, but you never spoken with them for a while. So reconnect with those old friends, and then through them connect with other people. So dormant ties is a good concept. But meeting with the strangers is also still part of a building social networking. So how do you avoid not being awkward when you are talking to a stranger and you're trying to make a networking? Um, he came with a different idea, which means that instead of asking the obvious question, which is like when you meet a new person, what do you do? And they tell you their profession and you tell yours. And then sometimes you find out you have nothing in common in terms of professional life. But he says that forget about that approach, use a different approach, which find some hobbies. Maybe you have a different professional life, but you have a something you have a something in common in terms of your hobbies. So reconnect in that way. um, Finally, he talked about being selective who you associate with, because you don't want to network with everybody for the sake of networking. Some people could have a negative consequences to your professional life. So be selective who you associate with. Some of the key points I have taken from this talk was that social networking improves your career growth. One of the researches that I found talks about social networking, how people use social networking sites. They are primarily used to provide career information. So if you want to find career information for your next career, this is the way to go. And another research shows that social networking skills are crucial for enhancing social capital and career success. So in overall, it improves your career growth. The second thing I take away was that social networking improves your academic progress. One study shows that social networking improves your overall education experience. Another study shows that social networking is important for early career academics. So if you are a student and you're struggling to find something, maybe if you do networking with your other students, you might find the resources that you needed. The third takeaway is that I have taken from this speech is that social networking grows your business. And this is a very important one. One research shows that social networking among businesses, not only with the clients, but among businesses, promotes your corporate sustainability. In fact, Steve Case talked about in detail in his book, The Third Wave, the importance of building partnership with other companies, other businesses, and also with customers to sustain your company. So this is an important concept. How does this apply to me? Well, this speech was an inspiration for me to build my social networking and to become an active user of social media. The reason is that research after research proves that social networking improves your career success, improves your education experience, and also improves your market share for your business and your company sustainability as well. Some of the specific steps that I would like to take is that attend the social networking events, reach out to old friends, and then through them reach out to other people. Start networking with the people around me, the people at work and the people in the school, and also update my social media profiles. Sam, when I was doing this lecture, I was listening to this lecture. I was doing some exercise, and what I found out is that I was focused more than I do when I'm sitting on my desk. And I found out the research that when people make exercise, for example, yoga. If you make an yoga, it increases levels of relaxation. It increases your focus, and also it increases your feeling of empowerment. It gives you that feeling of empowerment. Another research shows that there is a link connecting with the movement of your body and also your learning outcomes. In other words, when you move and you're making an exercise, that helps your learning outcome as well. Another research shows that physical exercise improves learning outcomes. So body-mind connection was an important thing. Going through this research that talking about body-mind connection was really important, and it was eye-opening for me. I never dig that deeper in this body work connection research. Okay, so thank you so much. In this video, this is the end of the video, and see you next time. Bye.